As Norah mentioned, she was at the White House yesterday when news of the shooting broke out. She was there to interview the president about many issues, including the fight against ISIS. That interview took place in the White House cabinet room. She asked him about his decision to send about 200 special operation troops to carry out raids in Iraq and Syria.
You have said no boots on the ground, but this is almost tripling the amount of forces that you've approved there. Is this going back on your word? Does this mean we're going to have greater involvement there now?
You know, when I said no boots on the ground, I think the American people understood generally that we're not going to do an Iraq-style invasion of Iraq or Syria with battalions that are moving across the desert. But what I've been very clear about is that we are going to systematically squeeze and ultimately destroy ISIL. And that requires us having a military component to that. And the 65-country coalition that we put together has been striking ISIL mercilessly. We have been able to push back ISIL from territory that they had taken, both in Iraq and in Syria. And we are developing partnerships, although they're not as strong as we want yet, with local tribes and Sunnis who are willing to fight ISIL. And what I've said is that we're going to continually modify and adjust our strategy based on those things that work and those things that may not work. And our special forces are the best in the world. They're not going to single-handedly destroy ISIL, but what they can do is give us greater situational awareness on the ground, generate additional intelligence, work with local forces to develop smarter strategies, help direct where airstrikes are going to make the most difference. And we're going to continue to push hard. And the good news is, coming out of Paris, we're seeing countries like Germany and Great Britain that had been hesitant about getting too actively involved in Syria, realizing that they have to be part of the solution here.
We will hear more of Norah's interview with the president in our next hour. He talks about the potential ISIS threat here at home and the fears of a Paris-style attack inside the United States. That's ahead on CBS This Morning.